right? A woman may be trading her looks or her sexuality for money. Those women are not all bad in the sense that they may be doing something that is questionable of character and moral integrity. And but those women could also still be relationship material. You really can't harshly judge gold diggers. It's because it's hypocrisy, right? Again, I'm not saying that gold digging is good or right, but I'm just saying that you have to look at it through that lens, because so many men are being too harsh on women that are just doing what they would do in the exact same situation if it were flipped to here. But
yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, because I think the reason that women fall into this too is they get tired of looking for love.
Yeah.
And so they just want to be financially secure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like you said, they still never stop looking for love. Like they still want that.
Right. Yeah.
But they get to a point where they've kind of given up on finding the guy who they love and is also like emotionally mature and financially secure and whatever, and so they just go for the financially secure.
Yeah.
And they, deal with the rest of it by either having someone else that they like, or they just forgo that part because they'd rather be safe.
Yeah, sure. I think that happens.
But it just seems like a lonely, miserable way to live in both senses. Like it makes me sad for those guys that think that that's the only way that they can be with somebody. And it makes me sad for women that they've given up and they just want to be financially secure.
But that's why money should be taken out of the equation on the relationship. It's just simple. The man pays for things. He's the one that financially supports the family, the household.
I mean, it definitely makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like it makes it a lot easier. It doesn't also feel like tit for tat.
Right.
Like, oh, I bought dinner last night, so you need to buy dinner this night. You know what I mean? Like it takes away all of that. And like you said, if you can't do 100% the guy providing, then combine your money and still allow him to manage it. And that will help the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. And you should be working towards that. Like I said, that, but it can be done also. That's it. I'm tired of the bullshit excuses. Like you can downsize, you can move somewhere else. You can, you can do other things to be able to survive rather than, as a man, you can take a second job. Like there's other things that you can do. Right. So,
well, what do you think's worse? Male gold diggers or female gold diggers?
I mean, what do I think is worse?
Yeah, which one's worse? I'm just trying to throw in all of the the chaos. I mean, you're throwing in chaos in other ways, but
yeah. I mean, I feel like, well, here's the other thing. I mean, to kind of answer this question, right? Because back in the day, right? And I never used this at all, but there were some guys I knew that used this site called Seeking Arrangement, right? Okay, and what they would do is they would use it to pick up women, right? And these weren't guys that were using it to pay to pick up women, even though women are on there to get paid, right? What they did was they used it as like the man's best dating app, right? Because on most dating apps, there's few attractive women, right? And there's tons of guys. And so women are getting all kinds of messages and matches, right? On this particular thing, it's reversed, right? There's a few successful men and tons of attractive women that are messaging all these men because it's a scarcity, right? It's the ratios, right? That's how it always works. And so what they were doing, right, because they had some skill, they had some game, they understood what they were doing, is they would match up with these women. They would go out with these women. They wouldn't pay for it. They wouldn't give them money. They wouldn't do the arrangement. They would just get the women attracted to them, and then they would date these women.
Well, right? So that would work because aren't women who are on there know at least somewhat like what it is, like you just said?
Yeah, no, they do. But the thing is that, like I just said, every woman, even if she is trying to use her looks for money, still is attracted
to like somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't want to like someone that is necessarily paying them. Right. They may be making that choice in order to make some money. But what I'm saying is that, so the reason why I'm saying that in reference to like who's worse, men or women gold diggers, is that it's not even that some guys are like, they just classify a woman as a gold digger. But it's not a simple classification, right? A woman may be trading her looks or her sexuality for money. I frown upon that. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that makes you a prostitute no matter how you're doing it. If you're trading your looks or your sexuality for money, you're a prostitute, right? So I don't think it's good. But what I'm saying is that those women are not all bad in the sense that they may be doing something that is questionable of character and moral integrity but those women could also still be relationship material. They could still be a wife. They could still be for the right guy that they're attracted to, that, right? Even a woman that's in a desperate situation, she's like, look, you know what? I'm just sick of this. I'm sick of dating. I'm just going to get a sugar daddy, right? Like, if the right guy happens to come along, even after she's made that decision, and he's not going to be a sugar daddy, she might be like, oh, well, actually, maybe I don't need to be a sugar daddy or need to be a sugar baby, right? And she's going to date the guy, and they could have a relationship and be happily married. And even though she had some gold digging tendencies, right, that doesn't make her complete human garbage trash. Like, don't touch her. So I'm saying, like,
I mean, I feel like a lot of guys
making a
say
defense for like defending the gold diggers.
No, I feel like a lot of guys would say the opposite of what you just said, but I think as a woman, it makes a lot of sense that women do want love deep down. And if she is going after money, I feel like it's because she's given up on the love part. But like you said, if the love part came along, she would give it up. Like, unless she's just really money focused and like wants to live a certain lifestyle and she cares about that more, which I do feel like is kind of what that Britney girl on Love is Blind was. Like, she wants to live a certain lifestyle. And I'm not saying that she doesn't want love too, but I think that she would choose the lifestyle over love. And there are women that are like that, but I think a majority of women, like you said, would choose love over, whatever financial situation they would have, like, to go looking for.
And I guess I'm saying that, like, the reason why I'm not so harsh on gold diggers, right, for women, is because, look, you can't be, as a man, you really can't be, and I'll tell you why. Because 90% of men that are watching this podcast, if they were given the opportunities that attractive women were, in order to trade their body or their sexuality for money, they would do it.
Oh, I've always said that.
Right? How many guys would be like, if they could be on OnlyFans and could make $20,000 a month, $100,000 a month on OnlyFans, how many guys would be showing every part of their whatever anatomy that they could, doing any kind of disgusting, sick thing? A lot of guys, right? How many guys, if they could be male prostitutes and women, I'm talking women, not other guys, but because they could do that, but that women would pay them to have sex. How many guys would do it? Right? A lot, right? How many guys, if they could, get women to pay for meals for them, and all they have to do is go on a date with them, even if they're not super attracted to them, or if they could be the sugar baby, right?
Well, that's what the gold digger guys are doing now, right? They're the sugar babies.
A lot of guys would do it. So that's why, like, as a man, you really can't harshly judge gold diggers. It's because it's hypocrisy, right? Again, I'm not saying that gold digging is good or right, but I'm just saying that you have to look at it through that lens, because so many men are being too harsh on women that are just doing what they would do in the exact same situation if it were flipped, right? It doesn't make it right.
Well, maybe they're mad that they can't do it. Like, they can't take the easy way, because like it is easier to just be a woman and be scantily clad and get paid money. Like, I think a lot of, like, what you said is definitely true. And a lot of their hate for them is because they can't do that easily. Like, maybe it's not conscious.
No, it's not conscious.
But that is what's fueling a lot of it.
Right. But you do have to have respect as a man too, then, for women that have those opportunities and choose not to take them.
Right.
Because that does take some moral character, right, to do that, when a lot of guys that would judge a woman do not have the same moral character, because they would take that opportunity in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Right? So
I agree.
That's the thing about it. So it's
I'm glad you said it, because I've been saying that, but they probably listen to you a little bit more, and I'm sure they'll be mad about it. But it is true.